Welcome back, and in business, the annual wildebeest migration spectacle at the Maasai Mara National Reserve is facing threats from human encroachment along the migratory corridors. Locals are fencing land along the route in efforts to reduce livestock-wildlife conflict, which could block the migratory route. Here is Irene Muchuma-Odim, who has just returned from the Mara with those details.
The annual wildebeest migration between July and September at the vast Maasai Mara National Reserve attracts thousands of tourists, but the spectacle is at risk as locals fence off land along the migratory corridor, which could affect the movement of the wildebeests.
The ones that move back to loiter plains for grazing, the corridor have been closed. In fact, we have a lot of inbreeding of the wildebeest because now they cannot move to go and breed in Maasai Mara when the Serengeti wildebeest have come. You know, that is normally what to prevent inbreeding. The animals that have eaten the amniotic fluid of a wildebeest must die. That is automatic. So it's a death sentence. So we have lost a lot of livestock.
Kenya Wildlife Service researchers are in the area exploring ways to handle the livestock-wildlife relations in the ecosystem.
There is a certain kind of bacteria. You find that where the wildebeest, they calve, and then the other population of wildlife, especially to do with cattle, when they eat that grass, they get affected by, they call it the malignant catarrh.
There have been calls to audit and demolish some of the hotels along the wildebeest migratory corridor in the Mara. However, the management at the Maasai Mara maintains that most of the properties have been there for a decade and secured approvals before being constructed.
What is the economic importance of conserving the same, having such a large area and then restricting in terms of development, tourism development? There has to be some justification for that.
Why Serengeti is better than our Maasai Mara Game Reserve is simple. Because they have not really built a lot of hotels inside Serengeti.
Hotels at the Mara are reporting increased bookings, which are expected to peak between June and September. This is attributed to the postponement of travel in 2020 after COVID-19 struck. Bookings and inquiries at the vast Mara are still low. Investors attribute this to lockdowns in most parts of the world, limiting travels of tourists to the country. Nevertheless, they are optimistic business will open up very soon. Narok is one of Kenya's preferred tourist destinations. Irene Muchuma-Odim, Channel 1.